In a place on the first night of the wedding, we are shown a husband and wife there. The two people start talking. The husband named Yevon now says to his wife, "Oh my wife, from now on I Yevon will be everything in the future. That's everything will be yours." Then the woman then spoke and said, "I heard that your family has a treasure. That secret can awaken memories of someone's past life. As long as you give it to me, then I will try to give everything to you. Tonight I will really be all yours." This time the woman asked where the treasure was kept. When in a situation like this, the man said that it was just a trick of my father's. Hearing this, the woman started to get annoyed and she seemed to no longer excited again. There finally Yevon explained everything. On that day a vision came from heaven in the form of a ball of fire flying from the ninth heaven to his family. Everyone said that Yevon's family got a secret treasure. But who would have thought that it was just an ordinary wooden sign? The wooden sign was never shown in its physical form, but people thought that it was a secret weapon of the Yevon family, even though in fact, unbeknownst to people since the ascension of the ancestors, the talent of the Yevon family had decreased, and to ensure that Yevon's family was not disturbed, Yevon's father then announced to the public that his family had a secret treasure, and so far Yevon only told information about this secret treasure to his own wife because he couldn't hide it anymore. Yevon also added, "Wealth, the secret is here. If you want it, then take it now." Having a wooden symbol like that makes the woman look annoyed. She said, "Who wants a broken artifact like that?" Here, Yevon was really surprised to see the real behavior of his wife. His wife added again that without this secret treasure, you would only waste the first level of body tempering. You are not worthy of me. After that, unexpectedly, two of his wife's subordinates came to there. With the arrival of the two people, Yevon was shocked, and not long after that, Yevon was beaten so badly by the two people that his body was injured. "You approach me for the sake of my wife family's secret treasure." Yevon is really in a state of high level of disappointment. Bing-R and his troops have now confirmed that it is very true. Their Bing-R's subordinates confirm, "Whether you think it's all because of your handsome face, you are trash which is very dirty, or not, that's all." At this time Bing-R's men were also openly torturing Yevon. They also said, "Yevon, why don't you look at yourself? How could the number one genius like Bing-R in Wuliang City fall in love with you? You really are no brainer." Yevon is currently under such cruel oppression. Yevon can only mention and call Bing-R's name there, but Bing-R emphasizes to Yevon, "Yevon, you have wasted so much of my time and you have also made me lose my innocence. This is a crime that can never be forgiven." Bing-R is now starting to launch a crushing attack right at Yevon's stomach. Yevon is now suffering from excruciating pain and now he seems to have just been destroyed. In this way he has become weak and helpless. All his abilities seem to have been wasted. Just when this happened, Bing's men said, "Miss, aren't you too cruel? You really destroyed her martial arts path. I quite felt sorry for her. Yevon was already a very disgusting trash." They added, "This person from now on will be a very disgusting trash, very useless, and in the future, even tonight, he will not be able to survive anymore." And after torturing Yevon to the end, Bing-R ordered his troops to immediately throw Yevon into the river. Let Yevon become fish food. Not only that, Bing-R also ordered his two children, his team, to create fake news, spread rumors that Yevon had disappointed him on his wedding night and he was trying to tarnish his sister Bing-R. Hearing this, Bing-R's two men started to do everything. They both now dumped Yevon like that. Bing-R did all this to continue to maintain his integrity. Currently Yevon is completely submerged in the water. He is no longer able to continue his life, but he is still trying to open his eyes. Slowly, his eyes are now starting to close. Now Start remembered one thing, as if he was in a place that felt empty. In that place Yevon was awakened by a young man who looked strong, who was known as the Emperor. Yevon now realized that this was the place where Yevon once achieved the position of Emperor. In the past Yevon used to be known as Emperor Zuin and was the ruler of the Beidou Star region and everything. A figure from the past, namely Emperor Zuin, is now transferring the various knowledge he has into Yevon's body. Yevon is slowly starting to understand that this Emperor Zuin is the figure he is in the past, and all of Emperor Zuin's abilities are now starting to be put into Yevon's body. Yevon really feels a pain that can make him tough. He also slowly gets his memories of where he mastered everything and conquered various strong and tough beasts and made him bow before Yevon. Yevon also remembered that in the past he was really admired and respected by all humans. He was like a very powerful person. All these memories were now starting to be neatly embedded in Yevon's head. Yevon too now he finally realizes that he really is Emperor Zuin. He now opens his eyes again and he doesn't drown. He is then saved by a little girl who helps him. In short, time passes and the next day we shown by the public who are now continuing to gossip about Yevon's problem. They say, from the news that the useless Yevon from the Y family really tarnished the third young lady of the Suan Yuan family on their wedding night. This matter has spread and the Suan Yuan family has been humiliated by the Y family. In this very big problem, the public really underestimates the Y family at this time, and among the gossipers we are also shown the figure of a young man who seems to have a grudge against Yevon. He really remains sharp and will immediately give something to Yevon. Then we are shown the residence of the Y family, precisely in Yevon's room. Yevon was still lying limp and accompanied by his little brother. The little brother now looked very worried because his brother didn't get out of bed. Not long after that they were surprised by the presence of the young man who previously seemed to have a grudge against Yevon. That young man Yevon says that he has offended Suan Yuan's family and you now dare to take him back and help to heal him. It will only bring disaster to Y's family. When this happens, Yelling tries to protect her brother. She says my brother is not a good person. Like that, there must be a misunderstanding going on there. Even though he heard that kind of explanation, the man was quite annoyed and said that you are useless, whether it's from the Zuan Yuan family or the Y family. You shouldn't help this Yevon. Yevon is just someone who is useless. Useful, no one will care about his death. Even though he gets words like that, Yelling still defends his brother. He says if you want to touch my brother, go through my corpse first. Yelling is now really trying to sacrifice himself. In that place the young man is now aware if he had to do something about Yelling. He started to step forward and said, you brought him to my door, I will immediately eat you in this place. Yelling is now increasingly afraid of the oppression from the young man. Yelling increasingly feels the that bad. He realized that something would happen to him. The young man now said loudly, don't be afraid, this will make you feel happy. After that, when the younger brother's figure was about to be touched by the young man, Yevon managed to wake up and prevent it. Yevon also now emphasized that if you dare touch it, I will cut off your hand right now. And with Yevon's awakening, everyone looked very shocked, including the figure of the young man. The young man said that you could wake up even though your dantian had been destroyed. Yevon, you are really lucky. Yevon was the one who heard that then said I am the great young master of the Y family. How dare you be so arrogant in front of me? Hearing something like that, the young man laughed out loud. He said the young master of the Y family. You are really a loser, a man who been practicing for these 20 years or a joke, that you are still stuck in the first level of the body tempering realm. Not only did he say that, the young man also said Yevon you are really shameless. You are a bastard who defiled his wife's sister on the wedding night. Here the younger brother tried confirm that if it was all a fake, his older brother was not that kind of person. The young man's figure now truly confirmed. Yevon just wait to suffer the wrath of the Suan Yuan family. Knowing this made Yevon casually say that their Zuan Yuan family is just a clown who can be destroyed with just a snap of his fingers. And with Yevon's reaction the young master looked annoyed and emphasized, how dare you speak so shamelessly? Today I will teach you a lesson in the name of the Zuan Yuan family. The onslaught began. Issued by the young man, and at a time like this of course Yevon did not remain silent. Yevon said that today you will seek your death. Yevon responded to the attack with a technique that belonged to him. With such great strength the figure of the young man no thrown back. He now began to realize one thing. He also said, impossible. How can my cultivation, which is already at the third level of body tempering, be blocked by you so easily? Yevon then said calmly, you are just a frog at the bottom of the well. One day you will realize that the world of cultivation does not represent everything. And he actually delivered such a strong blow to the young man. Yevon gave a hard slap there, and it immediately sent the young man flying backwards very badly. Hard. With this kind of thing, the young man looked weak, and Yevon emphasized, now as the young master of the Y family I order you to kneel and apologize to my little brother. The young man now looks annoyed and he says it's impossible. Why could this all happen? Why? From small until now something good has always been yours. Why are you the young master of the Y family, and why is it that you have to marry that Suan Yuan Bing R? Until now even you who are recognized as trash can beat me. In terms of strength this is very unfair. Figure from the young man named Yukang really released his demonic energy. There Yevon realized that this was all the power of a dark demon. Yevon would soon receive a really strong attack produced by Yukang's figure. Yukang really wanted to see Yevon die like that. Of course, attacks began to be launched by the Yukang, but the attacks were able to be blocked by Yevon with ease and without any hesitation. Yukang's dark demonic power was successfully swallowed completely by Yukang. Yukang was now very surprised to see everything. He said, "What the hell? This is all? You really swallowed my dark demon power." Yevon is currently completely dominating the fight. Yevon also said to Yukang, "How dare you act rudely in front of me?" Yevon then said that this is the mysterious technique of swallowing the heavens and is the enemy of A-level forces in the world. You must use this technique to eliminate all evil in the world and restore the truth of heaven and earth. Yevon really controls everything. This Yevon is really needed by all people because there are many people waiting to be saved when this. Yevon emphasized to Yukang, "Yukang, you have harmed my sister Yelling and harmed your own family. This is an unforgivable crime. You have practiced dark devil techniques and colluded with the evil devil. No one in this world will forgive you. Today, in the name of the Y family, I will cleanse my house." All the power that Yukang had was completely swallowed up by the Yevon. Yevon completely destroyed all the abilities of that Yukang. "Yukang, now are you weak? Helpless?" With what happened, Yelling was very surprised to see her brother's abilities and her brother's cruelty, even though she was worried about the situation her brother would feel in the future. Her brother aka Evan said, "From now on no one will dare to bully you again." There, Yelling still a little hesitant. He told his older brother, "But he is the greatest member of the clan. He won't let you go. Big brother, quickly you have to find shelter." The older brother who heard that then said, "Don't worry. In this immeasurable city, no one will could harm me in the slightest." Yevon is now truly in complete confidence. He is now starting to say in his heart, "I didn't expect that the previous technique of swallowing the dark demon could allow me to break through my stuck cultivation level." After that, Yevon also realized the existence of a strong dark demon power coming from Bing R's figure, namely Suan Yuan Bing. Now Suan Yuan Bing also appeared. Annoyed because he received a report that Yevon was not dead, he was now very emotional and ordered his subordinates to immediately take various actions, and at this time the figure of Bing was really in a really emotional state. He was now standing firmly in front of the Y family. He emphasized there that if you don't hand over Yevon, I will bury the entire Y family together with dirty corpses. As the sect master of the Y family, he now started to say that it looks like our family will soon be destroyed because the Suan Yuan family is the first family in Wuliang City. We can't touch it. And with this incident, Bing R became even more optimistic. He said, the Zuan Yuan family, will destroy the Y family. This is no different from crushing an ant to death." Not long after, the Yevon said, "Suan Yuan Bing, who allowed you to act so carelessly in my Y family?" And with Yevon's presence there, everyone now looked very shocked, including Bing. Suan Yuan Bing then said, "You had tarnished my sister today. I want Toyer dead." It seems, a big fight will soon occur between them. What will happen next? The first part ends here, continuing from the previous part where at this time, Yevon and Bing started talking. There Yevon said, "Bing, it's clear that you were the one who coveted my Y family's secret treasure, and then the conspiracy failed. You destroyed my Dantian and spread rumors everywhere so that my reputation became bad. You deliberately did that to improve your image and damage my reputation as deeply as possible." Not for long. Then Yevon also added, "The fact is that you have been having an affair with Wang Yu and Zhu Yiwei behind my back for a long time." Hearing things like this, Bing was now very annoyed. He said, "How dare you slander an honorable woman like me? You die now." And the attacks start to be issued by Bing towards Yevon. With this kind of thing, Yevon started to say in his heart, "With the second level of body tempering cultivation, I should be able to withstand this blow using the mysterious technique of swallowing heaven." Yevon started to use the technique, but it didn't work. It was thought that when he was about to say this, Yevon's father had already stood in front of him. His father withstood Bing's attacks so that his father now had very serious injuries to his body. In this situation, Yevon was now quite silent. Yevon realized if his father was now injured. Not long after that, in his injured state, the father now began to speak out. The father apologized to Bing. He also said that this was my mistake in educating my child. The Y family was willing to donate 1,000 spiritual stones as compensation for the Suan family Yuan for your losses. With 1,000 spiritual stones, of course it is very difficult to find, but unfortunately the father still emphasized loudly that this was all a decision he had taken. Like it or not, Yevon had to obey all this. After that, Bing started to say, in terms of this, death sentence can be avoided but the life sentence cannot be avoided. I will give another 300 lashes so that Yevon's memory does not disappear. A moment later, Yevon started to say, Suan Yuan Bing, one person must be responsible for what he did. Let my father go, I willing to accept all existing punishments. In this way Bing started to say, Yevon, I remember you really love your little brother, don't you, so let him be punished for now. Bing also told his little brother Sean to hit his brother as hard as possible. Bing also added that if you didn't hit him, his skin will tear and his flesh will be torn apart. I won't let the Y family get away easily. When he finds something like this, the younger brother is now starting to look sad, but the older brother insists that he hit him right now, whether he wants to or not. His younger sibling will do this. The blows began to be thrown out as hard as possible, and when this happened, the lashes that Yevon felt were now starting to be accepted well. Yevon was now experiencing various pains in his body, but even so, Bing was still not satisfied. Bing said, remember this carefully. Was the result of provoking my Suan Yuan family. Even though he received threats like that, Sean still stood firm. He also said, Bing, remember one thing, today's insult will definitely be returned in the future. Hearing this counter threat made Bing looking annoyed. He emphasized loudly, how dare you threaten this lady, get away from me right now. Not long after that, his younger brother from Yevon started to be attacked by Bing, and when this happened, Bing really released a strong potential from within his body. With like this, the people there were aware that this was the peak realm of the 9th level of body tempering, and the only person who could have this kind of cultivation at the age of 20 was the eldest ancestor of the Y family. This Suan Yuan Bing was definitely the heaven's chosen woman. Horiali had a tough situation. Even though when this happened Yevon was actually given very hard whips by the figure of Bing. Bing actually gave Yevon symmetrical and directed blows in front of Yevon. Yevon suffered from pain. Extraordinary. With the existence of something like this, Yevon's family members are now very worried about Yevon's situation. Not long after that, a big explosion occurred there, due to the attack from Bing. After that, Bing spoke again. He said, because Yevon not respecting the Zuan Yuan family, he will be fined 10,000 spiritual stones. If I can't see him within 1 month, then the Y family will be exterminated. There, the Grand Master of the Y family now looked annoyed. He then said, 10,000 spiritual stones. My Y family has lost everything and he don't even have anything anymore. This is all Yevon's fault. Yevon must be given the death penalty. He has put Y's entire family in danger and he must pay for it. The Grand Master insists that Yevon be removed from the family, because he must pay for his actions. Like this, the little brother still tries to defend his brother. He says that he was clearly the one who framed my brother, namely Bing. How could a respected family like Suan Yuan make a lowly scheme like this? Not long after that, Yevon tried to stop the conversation from Link R because he was afraid that this bitter situation would also be felt by his younger brother. Yevon then spoke again and said that in 10 days there will be a martial arts competition for the younger generation in Wuliang City. When the time comes, I will win the competition and get a prize. 10,000 spiritual stones, and I will pay my Y family's debt to the Suan Yuan family. Finding something like this, still the Grand Master is now laughing. He said, Yevon, you are trash who can't practice and you still want to take part in the martial arts competition. Yevon heard that then said, who said I can't practice. Yevon has now succeeded in breaking through to the 2nd level of body tempering. Everyone is now starting to be surprised by this. The younger brother is also now very happy because his older brother can start practicing from now on, even though he got something like that. The Grand Master still doubted Yevon's ability. He said, so what about all this? The limit for taking part in the martial arts competition is body tempering level 5. Hearing things like this, Yevon still tried to convince the Grand Master. He said, is the Grand Master dared to bet with me that if I could break through to the 5th level of body tempering in 5 days, Grand Mazer had to apologize to me in front of the entire Y family. When Yevon said he was serious, people still laughed at him. They said, did I hear correctly? It takes 5 the day to reach the 5th level of body tempering was a very impossible act. Even the most talented person in the Beiyang region couldn't do it. With this kind of uncertainty, the Grand Master really wanted to bet with that Yevon. The Grand Master emphasized that I would bet with you, but if you lose you will be expelled from the Y family forever. Yevon agreed to the deal that had been made. Time now passed and Yevon began to train in the wild. He began to use his abilities to various beasts in the wild. Beast after beast, now come and approach him to face Yevon, but Yevon tries to conquer them all. Here Yevon also realizes that if it weren't for the invasion of the dark demonic forces tens of millions of years ago, maybe he would still be very strong. Once, the Emperor was attacked by the Heavenly Emperor, the Immortal Emperor and the Ghost Emperor. In the end he was sealed in a prison tower. He had no choice, so in the end he was reborn as the young master of the Y family, namely Yevon, and because of that all his abilities disappeared. Otherwise the Suan Yuan family, which was only at the spirit refining realm level, could be destroyed with just one finger. Even though he found various things that were impossible, Yevon is currently continuing to try to practice. He has also succeeded in reaching the 5th level of body tempering, and with this level, Yevon is able to start the competition which will be held later. Yevon at this time also emphasized loudly, Suan Yuan Bing, just wait for the time, you will soon get what you did to me yesterday. Meanwhile, in a different place, we are shown the outer leader of Suan Yuan, who is now scolding his subordinates. He says again useless things. You see, I have been consuming this for so long, but it doesn't increase my life vitality at all. If I really died I would definitely take you to be buried with me. When this happened, this outer leader tried to kill his men. But the circumstances were surprising. Now it's happening around that place. Well, a breakthrough happened there. With what happened, this outer chairman is aware that if something is wrong, he is now aware that there are experts practicing around his place with what he saw. He also feels if he can get advice from that expert, and maybe he didn't need to worry about the deadline that was getting closer. He started to go looking for that expert. Yes, that expert was none other than Yevon. Yevon had now succeeded in improving his abilities again. He was also aware that it seemed swallowing low-level monsters could no longer help him improve his cultivation quickly. He had to find a stronger dark demon power to devour. Not long afterward there was a meeting between Yevon and also the outer sect master Suan Yuan there. At first the sect master, not realizing Yevon's figure, he tried to ask Yevon for his opinion to help him. He introduced himself. I am the outer chairman of the Suan Yuan family in Wuliang City. Yevon, who heard that, then said, you are one of the outer chiefs. Who knows if that person ice in front of him was Yevon. He then made Yevon sit down instantly. Yevon, why did you appear in this place? I will teach you a lesson. Did you see an expert on the way around here? Yevon, who heard that, then said if he didn't seeing it, Yevon could be said to be hiding his identity. Not long after that Yevon's figure was immediately attacked by the outer leader. The outer leader said, you are very unlucky. Do you want to lick my shoes clean or I will destroy you? The attack that was issued, Yevon managed to avoid this by the outer chairman. Yevon said, I don't have the same experience as you, but that doesn't mean you can insult me repeatedly. And with Yevon's resistance, the figure of the outer chairman together with his members are now laughing loudly. They said, did you hear that the young master of the Y family, who is the most useless person in Wang City, wants an honor? This is very funny. At this time the outer chairman was quite annoyed with Yevon's actions. He said, in the world of cultivation, strength is the foundation of the cultivators. You might not be able to imagine. I am currently a 6th level body tempering expert. If I want to crush you, it would be as easy as crushing an ant. Moreover, I am also the outer elder of the Suan Yuan family with a venerable status. There is Yevon enough to be oppressed by the outer chief. The outer chief said, not to mention insulting you. Even if your head was thrown at the Y family, your father Yikang wouldn't dare say a word. Maybe that old man Yechang would later give his daughter Yelling to me to please me. Yelling is a beautiful body and is very charming. She will be very easy to play with. Hearing things like this made Yevon's figure start to get emotional. He said, I wanted to let you live, but how dare you have dirty thoughts about my sister? You have sought your own death. Knowing that there was a rebellion from Yevon, it made the chairman laugh even more. He said that the purer the woman was, the better it was to play, and when he said that, the members now looked shocked to see the reaction caused by Yevon. Yevon was now really angry and unleashing his abilities. Yevon emphasized loudly, old man, you have sought your death. Yevon really has a very high level of optimism about what will happen next. The second part ends here, continuing from the previous part where when Yevon now looks really annoyed. He is now about to destroy the outer chairman, Suan Yuan. A lightning attack has now been launched by Yevon, causing the figure of the outer chairman to fall to his knees at the same time that the members of the outer chairman are now aware that it's possible that the chairman won't be able to beat Yevon. They were really surprised by Yevon's development. even though Yevon was previously a loser in the first level of body tempering. Why is he so strong now? Not long after, a figure from the outer chairman told his members to immediately attack Yevon simultaneously, and with that Yevon then immediately beat up all the people who tried to finish him off. Yevon there also emphasized that a group of stupid people like you dare to scream in front of me. After that Yevon also returned to directing himself into the outer chairman's body. The outer chairman now started to speak. He said, I am the outer chairman of the Suan Yuan family. If you treat me like this, the Suan Yuan family will not let you go just like that. Hearing the threat, Yevon's figure is still not afraid. Yevon said, do you think I'm afraid of the Suan Yuan family? Will changed. When this happened Yevon said, previously I intended not to kill you, but instead you tried to hurt my sister with your words. You were the one who sought your death. I will immediately destroy you. When Yevon will carry out an unexpected attack, the current outer leader began to feel a strange condition in his body. In this way Yevon realized that if there was something wrong with the outer leader, it was true. Not long after that, the outer leader used his dark demonic powers. The place was now getting worse, and all the troops owned by the outer leader previously it was just absorbed and destroyed by the outer leader. Slowly the abilities of the outer chairman are now becoming more and more. He is now casually saying, Yevon, this is the end of your story and go to hell. When this happened Yevon didn't hesitate and Seihei spoke. I can't believe you tried to kill me. You even killed your own followers. You are completely out of control. Then this outer leader stood firmly in front of Yevon. But Yevon continued to speak. He said, I know that for years you have been working hard to please the Suan Yuan family. Even though your qualifications are average, you have increased your cultivation for the sake of great wealth. You have practiced various techniques and now your body is too fragile. Here the outer chairman also replied to that comment. He said, what qualifications do you have? You have to say nonsense about me. If you beg me now I will forgive you. You can live without honor in the future. But unfortunately still Yevon refuses that. Yevon insists that you are the one who really has no honor in order to please that bitch Suan Yuan Bing, that your life is over, and also will that woman care about you? You have really done something very bad this time. The figure of the outer master is getting more and more irritated. He emphasized, why Yevon, I am the outer master of the venerable Suan Yuan family of a top outer sect named Suan Yuan family. I will bury you in this place. When this happened Yevon kept trying to provoke the figure of the outer chairman. He said all this time you had been a puppet of the Suan Yuan family, and if you disappeared from the world they would act as if you never existed. But still the chairman just said, so what? If you don't do it yourself I will try to kill you right now. Go to hell, you very stupid Yevon. When this happened, Yevon tried to fend off the attack from the outer leader. A power struggle was now starting to occur there. The nonsense given by Yevon was now increasingly making the outer head hurt, and because of the power clash, both of them were now both thrown into each other. Back there, Yevon said that for years you've been trying to get Suan Yuan Bing's attention, practicing all kinds of evil techniques, even though you're only 30 years old, but you look old after sacrificing so many things. Have you gotten attention? That woman, you were really stupid in love. When this happened the chairman became even more annoyed. He stressed, how dare trash like you try to advise me. Except this strong attack from me. This attack was again directed by the outer chairman, but Yevon realized that this attack was still too slow for him. He managed to avoid various attacks from the outer sect master. Not long after, the outer sect master collected his dark demon ball and immediately aimed it at Yevon's figure. He also confirmed that I am the head of the Suan Yuan family, the respected head of the outer sect in the name of the family. Suan Yuan, I will bury you in this place. Get attacks like that again and again. Yevon is not afraid. He says you are just a puppet. I will easily defeat you. Sword attacks are now starting to be issued by Yevon, and both of them are now provoking each other. There the clash of strengths occurred again at that place. They both really used their techniques. When they were in the middle of a clash of strengths, they were now both talking to each other. There the outer leader said, I will try to catch your little brother and play with him cruelly in front of your ashes. If you die, a big explosion will now occur there. It indicates that the battle seems to be over. Yes, now the outer chairman is standing firmly. He is now covered in flying smoke. The chairman says, haha Yevon, even though you were promoted to the same level more high, you still won't be able to beat me. You will eventually die in my hands. When he said something like that, unexpectedly the figure of the outer leader was now immediately beaten by Yevon. Yevon with his high speed immediately said, you stubborn bastard, I will immediately destroy you. Now Yevon really showed who was the boss. Yevon did not hesitate to devour all the demonic power of the outer leader. At this time Yevon managed to do all that with the loss of all the abilities and energy possessed by the outer chairman. He is currently lying weak. I can say that it turns out that Yevon is an expert and I have offended someone I should never have offended. The chairman is now just dead. With what happened, Yevon managed to get the outer door of the Suanyuan family, namely the great chairman's Geog pendant. This way he realized if later on another day maybe this will be useful to use. Yevon then rushed to leave the place at his speed. Time after time passed and we were shown Yevon's residence. There Yevon was doing cultivation. He was really focused on doing things. That's when this happened. Members of the group from the Y family had now gathered at Yevon's headquarters. Yes, it was led by the Grand Master. The Grand Master said, "Yevon, 5 days have passed and according to our previous promise, I will come here and try to collect it." Then Grandmaster ordered his troops to immediately bring Yevon before him. Everyone now rushed to do that. And when they were about to reach the door, they were stopped by an old man, who was none other than Yevon's father. There the troops now started to stop and Yevon's father also emphasized that Yevon was a member of my Yevon family. Why did the chairman, aka Grand Master, do all these actions? Protect him, don't make me hold a meeting of the chiefs. At that time it's not just Yevon. Even you and your daughter will be expelled from the family. But he still said I'm not afraid of your threat. The threat you gave was just an empty threat. After that the Grand Master still told his troops to leave and drag the trash in front of him. When they tried to enter the house, Yevon's younger brother tried to protect her brother, yelling now says let's see who among you dares to come in. If you want to touch my brother, pass over my corpse first. Hearing of the uprising, the troops still try to attack. They say because you were looking for it yourself. Don't blame me for being rude. The fight is now starting to happen there. The younger brother is now trying to block the troops that belong to the Grand Master. When yelling is really about to be beaten there suddenly Yevon comes quickly and beats him up. Those two people Yevon now stood up. Loudly the two family members were now very surprised to see Yevon's presence. Yevon was now starting to feel confident. With his steps Yevon then said, "Grand Master, look at me now. I will soon show you what you need to see. Open your eyes as wide as possible. Maybe and look carefully." Yevon is now putting out his cultivation there. Finally the Grand Master realizes that this tempering is the 6th level of the body tempering realm. The Grand Master is very surprised and did not expect this to happen. After showing this Yevon now gets warm welcome from his younger brother. Yelling said, "Brother, has brother been promoted to body tempering 6th level?" Yevon said, "It's nothing, I just went up the mountain to practice and now I have successfully broken through." There Yevon's father also gave a little reaction inside. In his heart he realized that his son was no longer a random child. Even Suan Yuan Bing took 10 years to break through the 6th level of body tempering, but my son did that in just 5 days. My son. He is really very strong. I'm sure something has changed in his body. After however, the Grand Master is still not sure about Yevon's abilities. He said, "This is impossible. What kind of training did you do to be able to jump all 4 small realms in 5 days? Have you awakened the bloodline left by the ancestors?" The members are now aware it must be like that. After all, the ancestors' cultivation has reached the legendary 3rd realm. At this moment Yevon's figure said in his heart, "The 3rd realm is actually just an ant. It's not even worthy of being my personal bodyguard." Here Yevon also confirmed what he said. Yezhao said as the Grand Master, Yevon would also try to play with him. Yevon then said, "I have found a way to awaken the ancestral bloodline, but why should I tell you?" Hearing this, Grand Master Yezhao started to speak again. Emphasized that this would be done because it is in the interests of our Y family. If all members of the Y family can know how to revive a noble bloodline, then our Y family will be able to rise again. You Yevon, how can your personal interests trump the interests of the family? Remember, you were raised by the Y family. Yevon's figure was about to be slapped by the Grand Master, but it was immediately brushed off by Yevon. Yevon is now trying to say to Grand Master Yezhao, "I will try to tell the Y family how to awaken the bloodline ancestor, but before that you have to fulfill the bet that we have made." With this, Yezhao seems to have lost his memory. He confirms what the bet was when this happened. The younger brother, namely yelling, tries to say clearly that yesterday you clearly bet if my brother reaches the body 6th level of tempering, within 5 days you will apologize to my brother in front of the entire family. Have you forgotten all that? Hearing this, Yezhou still refuses. Yezhou emphasized that it is impossible for a great chairman like me to apologize to Yevon like a child. Knowing this, Yevon then spoke again. He emphasized, "Chairman, how can your personal interests trump the interests of the family? Remember, you have been raised by a family with this kind of thing." The family members are now starting to get angry. With the arrogance of Yevon and of course the figure of Yezhou are now very emotional. He is emitting an aura of strength there. Yezhou emphasizes, "Yevon, you are looking for death. Remember one thing, Yevon, above the body tempering realm, there is an open source realm. If I want to kill you, it's as easy as killing an ant." Tension. It was getting worse in that place and suddenly Yevon's father tried to protect his son. The father said, "Yezhou, please stop hurting my son." The attack was launched by Yevon's father but it had no effect at all. Yevon's father was even knocked out just like that by the difference this kind of power. Yevon's father's children are now starting to worry there too. Yezhou emphasized loudly, "Yichong, there is a big difference between each realm. As long as you are unable to break through the second level of the open source realm I will remain above you." After that Yezhou remains intimidating the figure from Yevon. He said, "Tell me son how to awaken the ancestral bloodline and I will spare your life." What will happen next? The third part ends here. Continuing from the previous part where from here Yezhou told Yevon to tell him about how to awaken the ancestral bloodline. Otherwise Yevon would be finished. In his heart Yevon now said, "I actually wanted to try to face you but because I wanted to play with you first then I would answer." Yevon then said to Yezhou, "The way to awaken the ancestral bloodline is very easy, namely by consuming raw animal flesh." Here Yezhou also believes in this. He also said that I have realized for a long time that a special method is needed to awaken the ancestral bloodline. I didn't realize that it was raw animal meat. After that Yezhou also said to Yevon, "If you dare to deceive me I will definitely kill you." Then Yezhou ordered all his troops. He said, "All family members, why go to the mountains to look for animal meat for me? Anyone who dares to disobey will be killed." Everyone is now rushing to do that. A few moments later when everything is quiet, a conversation starts to be had by family members from Yevon there. The younger brother, namely Yelling, realizes that the old man was really annoying. He doesn't seem only cunning but also often hurt other people. There Yevon also said that now I have actually deceived the old man. Don't worry, I have a way to make him pay for what he has done to me. Everyone is now really wondering how to do it. Yevon can do just that. But Yevon said that you will know later in time. Right now, Yevon said to his father, "Dad, do you want to break through to the second level of open source?" The father is now quite stunned by a question like that. He clearly wants it. Before knowing what will happen to the father, we are then shown again with Grand Master Yezhou. There his subordinates have succeeded in getting what Yezhou wants. They say, "This chief is the raw pork meat that you want." By seeing this, Yezhou commented again in his heart, "Yevon, you trash. He can only break through to the 6th level. Then how far will I be able to break through after eating this raw animal meat?" Yezhou started consuming this very wildly. He also emphasized that when I awakened my ancestral lineage will definitely take everything from you, Yechang and Yevon. Like it or not, Yezhou is now eating raw food even though he is already nauseous. A few moments later Yezhou managed to consume so many raw animals that he is now starting to feel doubtful. Said in his heart, "Even though I have eaten so much raw animal meat but why hasn't my cultivation level increased at all? Could it be that Yevon kid has tricked me?" Then we are shown with Yevon who is now enjoying roasting pork. The taste of this meat is very delicious. He ate it together with Yelling. Not long after that suddenly the figure of the chairman, namely Yezhou, came there. With the arrival of Yezhou, Yevon started asking instead of the chairman eating animal meat to awaken the noble bloodline. "Why did you even come here?" Here, Yezhou who heard this then said, "Yevon, how dare you play with me?" Yezhou now started to release his strength and it made a very strong effect. At this time Yezhou emphasized, "Yevon, today I will expel you from the Y family in front of all the members." Family Y. All members are now starting to wonder about the attitude shown by Yezhou's figure. They asked the chairman what happened. Yezhou then said, "You all and I have been fooled by Yevon. It is impossible to eat raw animal meat can awaken the bloodline ancestor." The members now disagree with Yezhou. They said, "Chairman, how can you slander young master like that? Without the secret method from young master I would still be stuck in the 3rd level of the body tempering realm. Young master is my idol. I want to give him various interesting things can be said if everyone managed to break through except Yezhou's figure." Yezhou is now very surprised by all this while Yevon from his view now realizes that his plan is going well. He also said that after purifying the dark demonic power in their bodies, their cultivation level will also increase. Yevon said this in his heart. A moment later Yevon started trying to tell the reason to the figure from Yezhou. Yevon emphasized that if you want to know the reason behind it then fulfill our previous bet first. With this condition Yezhou was completely speechless. He could only say it's impossible, absolutely impossible, even if I never make progress in cultivation, I will never bow my head to you. In the midst of such unexpected circumstances, they were all shocked by the existence of the breakthrough was carried out by someone, namely Yevon's father. With this, the sect master has succeeded in breaking through the 5th level of the open source realm. Everyone seemed shocked by this. This breakthrough was also witnessed by the chairman Suan Yuan and also the figure of Chairman Bing. Said that finally the Wei family had a master like that. Lady Suan Zuan also said, does it matter that it's just the 5th level of the open search realm? It's just an ordinary family, it won't harm the Suan Yuan family. Even so Chairman Suan Yuan still said old man Yechang really managed to break through 3 levels at once. Will he trample on our heads in the future? Then we are shown again with Yevon who is now with Chairman Yezhou. There Yevon says forget it if the chairman doesn't want to apologize, I have to go congratulate my father, let's go link R my little brother. When they stepped in the action was stopped by Chairman Yezhou. Yezhou finally started to lower his head. He said what happened that day was indeed my fault. I'm here to apologize to you young master. Knowing Yelling then said that the chairman really did what he said and apologized to you. At times like this the chairman really begged. The figure of Yezhou said now young master please tell me the reason why I can't break through. Why only I am vulnerable to cultivate here. Yevon finally said it was simple because consuming raw animal meat was only the first step. The other half was having to learn to bark 3 times before truly being able to awaken the ancestral bloodline. Yezhou now asked what that was. Barking like a dog, I'm from the Wei family, how could you do this? Yezhou became increasingly doubtful with Yevon's words. He then tried to say to all his members, did you guys do that too? Everyone said that. They really said I don't know why that is, but this is very effective. As soon as I finish barking, my cultivation level will increase. With that statement, I can't help but start to believe it, and here Yevon says in his heart of course it works actually every time you barking I will raise your cultivation level. It could be said that Yevon is the one who decides everything. Yevon then tries to walk away from there. He says I have told the chairman how to do it, so barking or not that's up to the chairman. Here Chief Yezhou said wait a minute, I will try to bark to see if I will succeed. Yezhou without thinking immediately barked very loudly. There everyone was now very surprised by this. This was really a high level of belittling, and when he managed to bark, Yezhou was still wondering, I had finished barking, why haven't I broken through? There, Yevon said again, haha, the chairman has just learned the dog barking technique, a very extraordinary technique. I don't know why I heard a sound. Barking dog, of course is this your first day of cultivation? There is no shortcut to a quick breakthrough by eating animal flesh and barking like a dog. You have really been tricked by me with this kind of thing. Chairman Yezhou is very upset and Yezhou's emotions said Yevon, how dare you trick me, you were looking for death. Yezhou now started to launch a lightning attack, but Yevon remained calm when Yezhou was about to attack Yevon. Again and again the father came very quickly. He now succeeded in attacking Yezhou. Yecheng said Yezhou, from now on I will no longer let you act as you please. Yezhou is now knocked back by the attack. With what happened, everyone is now starting to realize that this is the power of the 5th level of open source. Very scary. After that Yecheng said to Yezhou, Yezhou give me the family master token. Previously, you insulted Link R and Van R. I can leave that matter as a thank you in the past. Here, even though he was threatened, the figure of Yezhou was not afraid. He said you couldn't bully me. Because I had asked for protection from the Suan Yuan family in this way. Yi Chong finally realized that in fact the figure from Yezhou had colluded with the Suan Yuan family. Yezhou confirmed this. Yezhou said loudly, Yi Chong is a smart bird who chooses a good tree for perch. You don't think Yevon can beat Suan Yuan Bing in the martial arts competition, right? When this happened, Yevon's younger brother and father believed in Yevon's abilities. With this kind of thing, Yevon is now even more optimistic. He also told the chief elder Yezhou, should we bet again? What if I can do that? You have to give me something. The chairman is now very embarrassed. He says, why should I bet with you? We'll see. Chairman Yezhou is now really walking very embarrassed. He hurried left that place to return to his house. When he got home he met Yukang, who had previously been beaten by Yefan. There Yukang finally woke up. Yezhou asked Yukang, tell dad who ruined your cultivation path. Yukang heard Thathan said that if this was all done by Yevon. Hearing that name, Yezhou's figure was really angry. He said, Yevon, you have really ruined everything. You have even ruined my son's path of cultivation and humiliated me in front of everyone if I don't kill you. I swear I will not become a man. Here it is as if the figure of Yezhou consumes something from behind a box. A few moments later unexpectedly the figure of Yezhou meets Yelling. Yelling is very scared to see Yezhou, who appears very suddenly. Yelling said, you don't come closer to me, but still Yezhou is getting closer. It seems like there will be something done by Yezhou. Before that, Yelling is now reminded of a moment where she was also treated by Yukang like this. Yukang at that time really tried to pounce on Yelling, but it didn't happen. Yes, with memories like that, Yelling now feels like the moment is happening again in her life. There Yezhou also said to Yelling, where are you going to run? You won't be able to escape. Yelling is now very scared. He asked the chairman, what exactly do you want to do? Without further ado, the chairman Yezhou now immediately strangled Yelling's neck, and now Yelling is already having trouble breathing. Yelling is really going to do something there. The figure of Yezhou said to Yelling, Yevon has destroyed my son's cultivation path and made me lose face in front of everyone. I will make his life much worse than death by there is a threat like that. Yelling now speaks, my father has reached the 5th level of the open source realm. He will never let you go just like that. Hearing this, Yezhou confirms that your father will not know that I have planned everything so well. Right now there is a letter that Yezhou sent to Yevon secretly. Yevon started to read. In the letter it said that if you want to save Yelling, come alone. Don't you dare tell other people. If you want her to stay alive, like it or not, Yevon will go alone. Even though he had to sacrifice all his body and soul, as if this had all been played with by the figure of Yezhou, and so soon Yevon will fall into his trap. What will happen next? The 4th part ends here. Continuing from the previous part, where currently there is an unexpected action that is being experienced by Yelling. Yelling is currently really being oppressed by Yezhou. There Yezhou is now really in control of the situation. He says, as long as you are in my hands, Yevon will do anything. Who I told him to be like a dog. When this happened, it is suspected that Yelling actually took a shortcut. He tried to end his life, but fortunately, at that moment, Yezhou's figure thwarted him. Yezhou didn't want Yelling's figure to just die. Yezhou said, you bitch almost destroyed my good deeds because you want to die. You can't do that quickly, you have to live worse than death. When Yezhou was about to do something to Yelling, suddenly Yevon was there. Yevon now stopped it all. Yevon too, saying, if someone does something, then someone else will be responsible. If you want revenge, then take revenge on me. Let go of that Yelling. Hearing this, Yezhou then said that you want to save your brother's life. Kneel in front of me, if you want to do it. When this happened, Yefan said don't put other people down too often. However, Yezhou still emphasized that you don't want to. So don't blame me for being cruel to your sister. Yelling is now feeling even more pain in her neck. With what is happening, like it or not, Yefan will immediately do it, especially now that Yezhou is really giving her a difficult choice. If Yefan wants to kneel down in front of him, then his brother's corpse would never happen. Yevon immediately knelt in front of Yezhou. When he knelt down, Yevon also said, Yezhou, now let go of my brother. When this happened, Yezhou replied, he said, I will do it, but between you and your sister is the only one of you who can get out of here alive. If you can't choose, then I can help choose for you. With what is happening, Yevon is really being oppressed there. Yevon is really being oppressed. Go all out. Yuvanthan said, Lingar, don't cry. Take care of yourself. Brother will end your life right now. With something like this, Yevon immediately ended his life with a technique that he had at the time this happened. The younger brother, namely Yelling. Very sad, he didn't want to lose his brother in the midst of a very tense situation. Like this, it was unexpected. Again and again, Yezhou now spoke up. He then said to Yelling, Yelling, because your brother has been destroyed, now it's your turn to die. Yelling is now very sad. Disappointed, Yezhou really broke his promise. Yezhou then said loudly, I never said that I would keep my promise, so die right now. When he was about to take action, it was unexpected that Yefan was still alive. Yevon said, I didn't expect it at your age, old man. You didn't even keep your promise. This finally made Yezhou realize that Yevon had managed to fake his death. Yevon then confirmed this. He said, if I didn't fake my death, how would I save Yeling? When this happened, Yeling was quite happy because her sister was fine, but even so, Yezhou said again, Yevon, don't be too happy. You think you can escape from me just with your low cultivation. Unexpectedly, Chairman Suan Yuan came there to ask for something. Yezhou, he said, Yezhou, how dare you betray Suan Yuan's family? Yezhou was accused of taking Kita's jade. The jade was already in Yezhou's hands. Yezhou didn't know about it and he was sure that this was Yevon's doing. It's true that before this happened Yevon has faked everything. He had managed to steal the green treasure and it was highly sought after by Suan Yuan. With what happened, this made Yezhou try to say if the one who was at fault in this case was Yevon. He also dared to swear that if he had never stolen the chairman's jade. After that, Yevon also didn't stay silent. He also defended himself. He said, if he was not guilty in this matter. Yezhou was really annoyed. He immediately tried to destroy Yevon. Then the chairman of Suan Yuan was now very annoyed. He said, enough, what do you think? I care about the truth is, you all have to die in this place. The effect of a very strong attack was immediately demonstrated by Chairman Suan Yuan and immediately everything was destroyed. And with this situation, Suan Yuan realized that he had wiped everything out, because everything was just a group of ants. Of course, he was really angry in this place, but unexpectedly Yevon and the others had now managed to survive because Yevon has managed to move everything to a safe place. They have been protected by Yevon. Yevon then says to Yezhou, who is carrying his child, who is with Yezhou there. Yevon confirms, Yezhou, now that you have seen my abilities, do you still don't know who I really am? Yezhou is now wondering who you really are. After that Yevon shows his identity is Emperor Suan. Hearing that name, Yasuo finally understands that the person in front of him is the figure of Emperor Suan, the protector, who in fact, not long after that, Yezhou and his son now completely bowed before him. Yevon, they said, we are just clowns. We are really ants that are easily crushed to death. Yezhou also said to Yevon, I have committed many sins so that it ends. Like this I will be responsible for what I did and I deserve to die. But my son Kong R begs for forgiveness, because I was the one who was wrong in educating him, which made him walk the path of error. This is my last wish before my death. Suddenly Yezhou now rushed to kill himself. He was now very badly injured and almost died. When this happened, Yevon started to take the initiative. He realized that Yezhou was still in Y's family, so he couldn't do anything. He rushed, returned, saved Yezhou from death. Yezhou was very surprised by the condition he felt while from Yevon's eyes. Yevon said, I see you really love your son and it also seems like you really regret all your actions. I will forgive you this time. It seems like Yevon didn't want to kill someone who came from Y's family. And he tried to forgive as much as possible, and when there was forgiveness from Yevon, Yezhou's figure was really grateful. He said, thank you very much, sir. From now on, Yezhou will always follow every step you take. Gave it. Then Yevon and his sister rushed to leave that place, and on the way Yevon realized that there was a strange condition in his sister. Release the demon's power as quickly as possible. Yes, at this time Yevon is starting to try to neutralize his younger brother's body. His younger brother is now really in an unnatural condition. Yevon is aware that it seems that the dark demonic power is almost attacking Ling R's consciousness. Fortunately, Ling R is new. Just got infected, so Yevon had to get rid of the devil's power as quickly as possible. Yevon now rushed to do that. And a few moments later his little brother woke up again and everything was normal. The little brother apologized to Yevon for causing a lot of trouble in the house. There, when this happened again and again, Yevon experienced a new breakthrough. He is now more confident in his steps. Yevon also said, I didn't think that helping Ling R get rid of the dark demon would be an opportunity for me to break through the 7th level. Both of them to very happy with the condition they felt, and when they were happy, suddenly Yukang came there. Yukang said, my father asked me to convey a message. Not long after that, his younger brother thought again that Yukang would try to hurt his brother, but unexpectedly Yukang will soon do something here. Please note that Yevon's younger brother, Yeling, does not know about Yukang's true identity. The one who knows about Yevon is that Emperor Suan is only a figure of Yukang and his father. At the time of this incident, Yukang was given entrusted to Yevon not to divulge this to anyone. Yukang now understands this. He now looks down at Yevon very hard. He really begs Yevon for forgiveness. saying before that I have made many mistakes, I am obsessed with it and offended you, I'm not asking for forgiveness from you, I'm just asking that I be allowed to atone for my sins and fight the Suan Yuan family to the last drop of blood. It could be said that at this time Yikang's figure really wanted to be Yevon's slave. Yevon then ordered Yikang stood up and said what happened. Yikang started to speak. Earlier when our sect master, Yevon's father, saw the explosion, he immediately went to check there. Yechang was really sad. He thought that he had lost his 2 children. At that time Yezhu tried to tell the truth, but first the figure of Yechang was really sad. He also said, how can the sky that is so long seem so short to me? Yechang really thought that his 2 children had died. Yechang even held a funeral for, but who would have thought that while this was going on, Suan Yuan's family came there to seize the coffin, and destroyed the Wei family's funeral hall. Hearing this, Yevon was now very emotional. He said, whoever dares to offend his family, I will punish him. They are learning. We are then shown the conditions in the cemetery which are now getting out of control. Si Bing says to his troops, you go and bring Yevon's body to me, I will throw his body into the mountain and make it food for wild dogs. Everyone I rushed to do that, but Yikang clearly forbade it. Yikang was then threatened by the chairman. The chairman said, Yikang, do you really want to fight me just because of this rubbish? My realm is higher than yours. I only need to snap my fingers to defeat you. With this condition Yechang didn't want to remain silent. He said that although my family is weak, we are not like ants, we have to protect our honor. With such a response from Yikang, the chairman is now very upset. He said, what a coincidence, I really like hitting puppies and an ant. The chairman started to attack, so Yikang is now injured. The chairman also said, Yechang, because Yevon is dead. When will you pay the 10,000 spiritual stones you promised to me before? In this way Yi Chong fell silent for a moment, and the chairman was about to end everything there, and then the chairman carried out another attack. That is what now made Yechang start to be helpless. The chairman even said, Yechang, if you don't want to hand over these 2 coffins, Toy will send you to hell together with your 2 children. Here even in a very weak condition Yi Chong still says, all my family members listen to me. I would rather die standing than kneeling. If it is possible for me to die here, I hope you can take care of me. Honoree's family, everyone understands this, including Yezhou. Yezhou also emphasized loudly that I, Yezhou, will risk my life to protect Wai's family, and no one in Wai's family is afraid of death. Everyone is now very optimistic and their enthusiasm is clear, will not let their family just be destroyed. Here in this condition the chairman becomes even more annoyed. He says, you guys are overestimating your own abilities. The chairman begins to show who he really is. In that place, in this condition, everyone is truly willing to sacrifice for the Wei family. They are very willing to die even though they will be hit by various severe attacks. What will happen next? The 5th part ends here. Continuing from the previous part where the chairman of Suan Yuan, namely Suan Yuan Tai, is now very annoyed. He will immediately destroy Wai's family members. There the chairman will immediately take harsh action against Yechang. Now Suan Yuan will really destroy Yevon's coffin. Yechang tried to refuse this, but he couldn't do much. The destruction of the coffin was done by Suan Yuan. He also said that you could only watch helplessly as I crushed your son's bones to ashes. Yechang was very annoyed and wanted to try to beat Suan Yuan, but Suan Yuan is now increasingly taking over everything. Now he will soon destroy Yechang. There, a lightning attack was almost carried out by Yechang, but unexpectedly someone managed to help Yechang, namely none other than Yeling, who had succeeded in helping his father. Yeling there also said, sorry dad, we were a little late. Now the father realized that his children were still alive. Not long after that, the young master also managed to get there, namely Yevon. Everyone was very surprised and didn't expect this. Yezhou also said, Lord Emperor Suan, finally you arrived. Yeshao said this in his heart, and at the same time a reaction also arose from Suan Yuan there. Suan Yuan Bing also said, this is all a fake. How can Yevon come back to life when what happened? Yevon emphasized that Suan Yuan's family, you have destroyed my reputation, endangered my life, insulted my father and oppressed my entire family. Today you will die without a funeral. Serious attacks are now starting to be issued by Yevon, and of course at this time Suan Yuan doesn't want to allow this. Suan Yuan tries to hold back the attack while said, Trash, who only reached the body tempering realm, dared to act so arrogantly in front of me. A clash of strengths now arose there and it caused quite a chaotic effect. When this happened, Yevon said that I, who was at the body tempering realm, was not equal to the peak initial existence stage 9th level, then wouldn't you actually look so pathetic if you lost against me? A big explosion now occurred there and it caused a huge chaotic effect. At this time Bing felt that the trash Yevon had perished. This caused damage. There was a real crusher in that place. Currently Yevon was still standing strong. Yevon was now standing like a star filled with lights around him. Everyone was now happy because their young master had succeeded in winning the battle. When Suan Central Yuan Tai was lying weak, Suan Yuan Tai said he could use the Y family's ancestral formation. Then Suan Yuan Tai also said to Yevon, "Yevon, come out if you have the courage. Without the Y family's formation you are just trash." Not only that, at this time Bing also said the same thing, but Yevon casually said, "I won't go out. What can you do to me if I refuse?" Here again and again, Chairman Suan Yuan Tai said, "Yevon, if you have the courage never to do weak things, remember you still have debt 10,000 spiritual stones to my Suan Yuan family." Yevon, who heard that, then emphasized loudly that then I would go out of the formation to get spiritual stones. I'll do that at the martial arts competition that will be held. There Yevon will immediately act according to what he thinks. He also said that you can insult me in front of the city lord if I lose there. At that time I will never lose, because if you lose there will be another place for my wife family to stand in Wuliang City. There Bing and Tai are still commenting. They say, "Well, anyway, you will die later without a funeral." After that Yevon really showed his strength there. He emphasized that you guys forgot about me, that it is me, I Yevon, who will completely destroy Suan Yuan Bing in the martial arts competition later. And with the aura shown by Yevon, everyone is aware that Wuling City has succeeded in producing such a strong person. After the two people from Suan Yuan are now gone, left the place while saying something, "I Bing will definitely crush you to pieces in the official competition later." After everyone left, Yevon and his family talked to each other. They realized that the competition would be held tomorrow, and at that time Yevon also promised that he would not, having disappointed his family. Everyone now truly supports Yevon in that place. Even the Grand Master, Yezhou, said, "I Yezhou will always follow the young master until death takes me." Everyone now truly bows before Yevon, as if they were his slaves. Yevon is now truly respected. Meanwhile, in a different place, the city lord's subordinates are now starting to say, "The master who just created such an amazing atmosphere and shocked the entire city is the young master of the Y family. He is Yevon, this man, named Guanqun, who takes care of city matters. He has reached the peak of the 4th level of initial existence stage." Now hearing what his subordinates said, the city lord began to speak. "It seems that tomorrow's competition will be something very interesting to watch and not boring. The lord of this city is called Le Chang'e. He is a person who is at the pinnacle of the 9th level of the key transformation realm." Soon time passed and we arrived at the martial arts competition venue. There this competition will implement a system of defending the arena. Everyone is allowed to hit the drum and become champion or challenge other people. If no one dares to accept the challenge, then he will be the winner. Everyone understands the situation, what is happening. The host again says that the prize is 10,000 spiritual stones, and there are other rules. Namely that when in the arena you have to fight with your own abilities and each person has to be responsible for himself. And without further ado, the competition begins. Whoever dares to be the first person to hit the war drum and become the first champion, please come forward. Yevon and family are already there. They will soon show what they have to show. The people there then say, "It looks like there will be a genius battle in this place. The first round will definitely be a hard hit, so we wait who will be challenged." Not long after that the drum sounded, and the one who challenged was none other than Yevon from the Y family. Yevon bravely said, "Suan Yuan Bing, do you dare to come here and face me?" When this happened, people now increasingly think that Yevon seems to be about to show something. They also can't stop thinking if Yevon managed to get up even though his Dantian had been destroyed and now dares to risk his life to face Bing. In this condition, Guanchu is also aware that Yevon has undergone many changes. Yevon is currently in the 8th level of the body tempering realm. Not long after, there was a young man who dared to challenge Yevon. He was Zha Yiwei. Zha Yiwei now said loudly at that place, "You need to know that Zhu Yiv was Bing's previous subordinate who had threw Yevon into the water, and now Zhu Yiwei is still insulting Yevon." He said, "Yevon, even though you are already at the 8th level of the body tempering realm, you are still trash under me. I am the one who will challenge you." With this challenge from Zhu Yiv, "I have become the figure of Bing now. said, as long as you can kill Yevon, I will make an exception and allow you to call me Bing Water. Hearing this, Zhu Yifei became even more enthusiastic. He said, today I will definitely destroy Yevon like a dog splashed in water. The fight will immediately happen in that place, and at this time Zhu Yifei said, Yevon, have you thought about how you will die? Yevon, who heard that, then confirmed where the barking sound came from. Zhu Yifei now attacked loudly towards Yevon. Such an attack making Yevon try to block him with his technique. Yevon also said that you are Suan Yuan Bing's dog. So you don't deserve to face me. The fight is now getting worse, and unexpectedly, Yevon managed to direct a crushing blow, causing a figure from Zhu Yifei was knocked back. Zhu Yifei didn't give up. He now tried to attack back towards Yevon, and gave a very devastating high pressure. Zhu Yifei also emphasized, I will destroy you until there is nothing left, and then I will cut off your head. Such a powerful attack making people even more afraid now. About the conditions that exist there, is a quite serious act of damage done by the Zhu Yifei. The Zhu Yifei also said, I will destroy you like a coward, because I will never was stopped from marrying Bing R. A crushing attack like that made Yevon's figure now try to deal with it. People were now increasingly worried about the existing conditions, and when this happened Guanchun could only say, body tempering 8th level faced body tempering 9th level had absolutely no chance of winning. But in the eyes of the city lord, he said the outcome of this match had already been determined. Yevon was the one who would win. It was true that at this time Yevon easily anticipated the attack from Zhu Yifei. He would also immediately end it. Battle, lightning attacks began to be issued by Yevon. These attacks had a devastating effect on Zhu Yifei's body. The technique used by Yevon was thunder-like heavenly. Attacks like that made Zhu Yifei's figure completely helpless. People are now aware if Yevon managed to defeat Zhao Yifei easily. There the city ruler also gave his reaction. He said it was very interesting. It seems that we have another genius who has no equal in this city of Weiyang. Not long after, Bing's figure approached Zhu Yifei. He said, Zhu Yifei, you have disappointed me. You still want to marry me with your weak condition like this? Hearing this, Zhu Yifei became even more emotional. He said, Miss Suan Yuan Bing, I still haven't lost. Right then Zhu Yifei tried to get up, and he managed to use the power of the devil. Darkness, and at the same time was about to break through before fighting. Zhu Yifei loudly emphasized to Bing, I will not lose, I will definitely marry you. The battle of strength occurred again. Yevon also did not want to stay silent. As Emperor Zuan, he immediately used his secret technique in the form of Deving Heaven. He has now succeeded in sucking up all the dark energy in Zhu Yifei's body, and a big explosion has now occurred in the battle arena. Currently everyone is wondering who will win in this fight. It seems Zhu Yifei has succeeded in breaking through and become an unrivaled genius. But Yevon is more than that. Yevon is a monster that will continue to grow, and Zhu Yifei is really in a weak condition. Zhu Yifei said that if I lose in front of Miss Suan Yuan Bing, I would rather die than give up. Hearing things this, Yevon said, you clearly have the talent to become an emperor, but why do you only want to be Suan Yuan Bing's dog? Not long after hearing this, Zhu Yifei said, I have reached the peak of the 9th level of the body tempering realm and lost to you. I did talented there. Yevon then said that you didn't lose to me, but you lost against yourself. Hearing this, enlightenment seemed to be reflected in Zhu Yifei's mind. Yevon even let him live, and in this way Zhu Yifei realized that Yevon was a truly true person. Correct, even though on her wedding night it was she who destroyed Yevon's dantian and threw Yevon to the bottom of the lake. At this time Yevon didn't pay attention to that at all. Yevon also emphasized that I never cared about trivial things like that. With Yevon's statement like that, Zhu Yifei was now very happy. He really bowed in front of Yevon. Even his father, Zhao Tianba, also expressed his gratitude for saving his child, and then Bing started to approach the place. Bing was now not happy with Zhao Tianba, who has been kind to Yevon. But Zhao Tianba explained that now his son has changed. It's true that now Zhu Yifei said that if he doesn't want to be Suan Yuan Bing's dog anymore. Zhu Yifei also promised himself, I want to train seriously and become stronger so that Bing will never look down on me again. I want to prove to Yevon that he has chosen the right person to save. Zhu Yifei and Zatianba quickly left that place, and from today Zhuo's family will sever ties with the family. Suan Yuan, this is really a new change. Not only that, the Wei family is no longer the enemy of the Zhou family. The people there are starting to give their arguments. It seems that this quiet town of Weiyang will get a big change because of Yevon. Bing was really annoyed. He said, everyone here is useless. He is now sounding the drum, and that means he will face Yevon. What will happen next? The 6th part ends here. Continuing from the previous part where now the fight will soon take place between Yevon and Bing are. There Bing is still teasing Yevon. He is now saying to Yevon, Yevon, can we be together like before again? With this all the audience no very surprised by what they saw. They said if I was in Yevon's position I would definitely accept that beautiful girl at this time. Bing kept trying to get closer and seduce Yevon. He got closer and closer to Yevon's body, but unfortunately Yevon then immediately slapped him just like that. A slap like that made Bing realize that Yevon was not affected by the charm he had. Not long after that, this couldn't be controlled anymore and Yevon started to say to Bing, Bing, how dare you tease me? You have done so many wrongs to me. You are the one who has destroyed my dantian so that I lay very weak. Not only that, you also belittled my family and oppressed me cruelly. You are really very immoral. Today I will not only defeat you but will also make you pay with the blood you have. Yevon's words were like that. Bing was silent, especially now that Yevon was starting to unleash his abilities. Even though he received a threatening technique like that, Bing started to say, okay. If you want to fight with me, I will meet your challenge. I will immediately issue my ability in front of you to immediately destroy you. Bing now immediately released the very strong energy that was within him. Then without thinking again Bing immediately released killing intent from his ice sword. He quickly attacked towards Yevon. At the moment this happened Yevon realized that this technique was quite promising but he would easily withstand this. A power struggle started to happen there. With the ice sword that Bing had immediately breaking through Yevon's defense. Everyone started to be very enthusiastic about what they saw and not a long time after that. Bing attacked Yevon more and more continuously. As well as Yevon, he counterattacked both of them. Now they were equally balanced in carrying out attacks and without hesitation. Both of them were now injured as a result of their attacks. This way Bing realized if Yevon was quite injured in one part of his body but Yevon said wait a minute, look at yourself, that's right. Not long after that Bing started to feel pain all over his body. He was hit by Yevon's hidden attack. When the attack happened the audience now looked confused even though Yevon was clearly injured, but now Bing is suffering from even worse injuries. When people are busy talking about this, the City Lord and Jonkung are now starting to believe that Yevon has a hidden method that succeeded in injuring Bing. Suan Yuantai said that this is not yet the time for Yevon to win, because Bing is just the beginning. Bing hasn't shown his full strength yet. Bing returns to the battle arena where at this time Bing is really annoyed with Yevon's actions. He immediately makes a killing intention that getting deeper. He now started consuming blood pills which immediately made his body react instantly. His eyes started to become red and now he released a very powerful essence of power. There with this kind of thing the Suan Yuantai said, soon you will be finished Yevon, you must die at Bing's hands today. With this, the City Lord was also quite surprised by Bing's abilities. He formed a ball of energy defense which was directly aimed at withstanding attacks from Bing. Again and again a battle of strength occurred there and now a very large ball of fire was created by Bing, slightly making Yevon start to look away. Yevon was then hit by a very strong attack. Powerful force that was directed directly at Yevon's body. With the explosion smoke started to scatter everywhere and unexpectedly Yevon was still able to survive, but unfortunately Yevon is currently trapped in an ice chamber created by Bing. And with Yevon trapped in place that, Bing was getting more and more arrogant. He said, hey Yevon, previously you were lucky to survive the destruction of your dantian. But now you won't be able to get out of the coldest ice crystal that I have. All the audience is now starting to become silent. There, especially Y's family, they are aware that Yevon will die later. And it is possible that Yevon will not become their leader. Yevon's younger brother is now very worried about his brother's condition. While Bing is now laughing out loud, he is now aware that Yevon will perish. But not long after Yevon gets back up he manages to destroy the ice crystal with its easy. Yevon is now starting to show who he is. Here Bing R is starting to be surprised by everything he witnessed. Especially now Yevon is really showing his abilities which are really shining brightly. There the City Lord is also aware that it looks like there will be a new champion in the competition. This and with what happened, Suan Yuantai was now very shocked. He felt that this was very impossible. But the figure of Yevon was now opposing this. He said nothing was impossible for me. Yevon was now starting to fight against Bing, so that Bing became even more increasingly overwhelmed. Bing was no longer able to carry out the attack. and here Yevon realized that Bing couldn't survive any longer because his blood had been drained. Yevon then without thinking immediately brutally attacked Bing's figure, thus making Bing really deep injured. Bing received various blows from Yevon. It was a very cruel method, and with all this happening Bing was now suffering from deep pain in his body. He said to Yevon, "Yevon, I give up, I don't want to fight anymore with you." Even though Yevon heard this, he still stepped forward and this made Bing even more scared, and at this time Yevon attacked Bing again, causing Bing to be thrown far back. Bing was really tortured. Bing said, "Yevon, I have asked to surrender, why are you still trying to hurt me?" Seeing this incident, Suan Yuantai did not remain silent. He said, "Yevon, how dare you hurt Bing in this place? You have crossed the line." Suan Yuantai was about to immediately enter the arena but was blocked by City Lord. The City Lord said, "You must not enter the battle arena. You can't help but have to accept this situation, and currently in the battle arena Yevon is really dominating." He also said that you have no other way at this time, you have to feel what is happening. You've done and has done a lot of bullying. Then Bing tries to apologize and ask for forgiveness from Yevon, but Yevon is now increasingly cornering Bing. Then Yevon says, "Do you think you never bullied my family cruelly before? Yesterday when you did bullying against my wife family, you really don't forgive them in the slightest. Today you have to accept revenge from me." Yevon also attacked Bing again so that Bing was even more seriously injured. With this incident, Suan Yuantai is now increasingly worried about Bing's condition. He is aware that Bing increasingly in a dangerous situation. Then Yevon also emphasized, "Bing, today you will probably repay all your sins with your death and I will give justice to this Wulian city." Another crushing attack was issued by Yevon and the Wei family, giving encouragement. They said, "Yevon kills him now." All the viewers now agree with this. They really want to see Bing feel the consequences of his actions. In this way Yevon's younger brother says, "Finally our revenge has been avenged by older brother." Yevon is currently carrying out another attack against Bing and he rushed to destroy Bing's dantian, so that Bing experienced excruciating pain in his body until finally he was now lying weak. With all of what had happened, Yevon then said, "Bing, accept your fate from now on. You will become useless trash and you will never be able to touch my wife family again." When this happens, suddenly Tai really goes berserk. He enters the arena and tries to attack Yevon. And with this condition Yevon is a little worried because level UHAVB Tai is much higher than him. Yes, Tai is at the 9th level of the Wood Realm. Yevon will now immediately use his trump card to prevent this from happening, because of course he finds it difficult to face the figure from Tai. Yevon has now succeeded in defeating Lord Tai's dragon, and Yevon attacked again, and when he was about to attack Lord Tai again, Yevon was blocked by Guanchun. Guanchun alias Guan Rui is now trying to anticipate this, because he was asked by the Lord of the city to follow up on this problem, and reconcile the situation, and with the presence of Guanchun in this made Tai start to become silent. Tai no longer dared to take any action because it was clear that Guanchun's strength was far greater than his own. With this incident, Guanchun ordered Tai to be calm and return to his original place and not to interfere in this battle. In this time all the spectators were very enthusiastic to see what would happen. Tai had broken the rules and had to be punished. Guanchu was now actually carrying out torture on Tai so that Tai was even more afraid. Then he just gave up and begged. Really asked for forgiveness. Long story short, when this situation was managed to calm down, Guanchun also confirmed to everyone, "Today the winner has been determined, he is Yevon. Anyone else who dares to oppose Yevon here must come forward to fight, otherwise Yevon will officially be the winner." No, all the spectators were silent. They obviously did not dare to move forward because the strongest Bing had just been defeated. Tai also said that the spectators were very afraid and did not dare to take risks. Long story short, Yevon was actually crowned as the winner of the art competition martial arts this year. All the spectators cheered with joy. They realized that there was a new champion in Wulian City. They and their younger brother also felt happy because their older brother came out as the winner. He realized that this was the revival of the Wei family. The city lord also gave a gift to Yevon, and the gift contained 10,000 spiritual stones. Yevon rushed to receive it, and when he managed to get the stone, Tai spoke up. He said, "Yevon, do you remember about our previous promise? You have a debt to our family, so that way you have to give 10,000 your spiritual stone to my Suan Yuan family." Hearing that the younger brother tried to defend himself, he realized that previously his older brother had been framed, but a moment later Yevon really gave him that. Yevon now said, take this useless ring which is worth 10,000 spiritual stones, because you really deserve it. Our family doesn't lack resources, so you deserve it. All of Y's family is now very moved to hear what Yevon said, and from now on Yevon also emphasizes that his path is not for gifts but for his own development. Furthermore, Yevon's decisive answer made the city lord realize that Yevon was a completely different figure, and he now felt that Yevon might become much stronger in the future, whereas from Ty's view, Ty felt a little insulted by this. He promised that in the future Yevon would not get another chance. Time has now passed, and with the victory achieved by Yevon, Yevon is now getting various gifts from all members of Y's family, and in total it has exceeded 10,000 spiritual stones. Master Secton Yezhao realized that all this was done because Yevon has contributed greatly. Then we are shown Yevon, who is now getting offers from other family members, namely the Wang family and also the Zhao family. They are planning to ask Yevon to marry their daughter. Yevon there was a little unwilling to talk and didn't care. And in the end Yevon emphasized that he really didn't want to get married. Recently he still had no plans about marriage. A moment later Yevon's men said to Yevon, if at this time there were representative from the city lord who wanted to talk to him, and asked Yevon to go, Yevon immediately met the person, and it turned out that the person was none other than Guanchun. There, Guanchun started to tell Yevon that the city lord wanted to meet him, so Yevon had to follow him. Yevon did that, and now Guan-kun realized that Yevon had broken through to the 9th level of the tempering realm, even though he had only been left there for 3 days. In his heart Guan-kun also said that this child really had such crazy talent, and the city lord clearly would like it. People like this can be said to have something that the city lord will soon do. What will happen? Then the 7th part ends here, continuing from the previous part, where now Yevon will soon meet the figure of the city lord. In short, a meeting took place there. The city lord now started talking to Sean. He said, Yevon, welcome, I will give you a great opportunity to rise. Yevon is now rushing to accept this, and the two of them are now entering a place, where that place the aura began to feel different there. Yevon clearly realized that there was a figure who had reached the realm of God transformation. Yes, the man in front of him was a master named Mr. Han. He was really respected by the lord of the city. There Mr. Han said to Yevon, as you are indeed the Yevon that the city lord meant. At this meeting, Liang He also told Yevon to submit. Because Mr. Han was a very strong person, Tan Han then said that if he really was a person named Yevon, without further ado, Mr. Han offered to Yevon to join the Weiyang kingdom to become a special secret guard. With this kind of offer Yevon didn't know what a special guard was. Le Chang'e then said that the special guard was a special guard assigned to certain missions, and that working under the auspices of Mr. Han. Suan also said that he was also a member of the royal guard who was Mr. Han's subordinate. By knowing this, Yevon realized that Mr. Han was at least a fairly respected person. Yevon now said that he was a little agreed with this because he did not come from the Weiyang kingdom. Yevon asked for another alternative to be given to him, and with this condition the Lichang'e was very annoyed with Yevon. He said, Yevon, Mr. Han was willing to accept you and the offer was very useful, but you instead ignoring him. Mr. Han started to do something to Yevon. He started to make Yevon's body no longer move, and with the strength shown by Mr. Khan, Yevon was now speechless and very scared. Mr. Khan said, you little boy, how dare you do it to me? You have Toto what I ask. If you don't want to die here, you also know the secret about me. So you can't go anywhere. Hearing this Yevon tried to follow him first. In his heart Yevon said that my strength is the same as mine. In the past, when I was Emperor Suan, I would have defeated this man easily with just one finger, but now I have to follow the pattern of the game. First Yevon was directed by Lord Han to put his hand in a place, a tool that is believed to be able to make a person look very afraid, because if he is not loyal to the Weiyang kingdom then his body will automatically be blown up. Knowing this, Yevon is a little hesitant, but the figure of Lichang'e immediately insists on this. Yevon now rushes to put his hand there. And suddenly the tool changed completely to yellow and had no effect on Yevon's body. This could happen because Yevon was the figure of Emperor Suan, and with the existence of like this, Mr. Khan realized that he had met the wrong person. Currently in front of him was a person named Emperor Suan. He also realized this, but not the Lichang'e, who still had minimal knowledge. Not long after that, Mr. Khan ordered someone to leave. And when this happened, Lichang'e even thought that Yevon was the one who had been expelled because he had made Mr. Khan angry, but unexpectedly, when he was annoyed, Mr. Khan immediately beat Lichengge, saying that I was expelling you. You idiot, you have to get out right now. Hearing this, Lichengge as soon as possible to escape from there, and when Lichengge left finally Mr. Han bowed his body in front of Yevon. He said, I'm sorry Emperor Suan, I don't know about your current condition, I really apologize for my ignorance, please forgive me. Me too, I knew about your strength a long time ago, when I was still an ordinary cultivator. At that time I saw that you were a very strong person who even made me believe in life. You were also the one who made me obsessed with increasing my abilities to the realm of God's transformation. With your help made it easy for me to make a breakthrough. By knowing this, Emperor Suan alias Yevon understood everything. Yevon also forgave Mr. Khan's mistake of not knowing about this. Then Yevon also asked Mr. Khan what he had done actually happened in the Wayang Kingdom. Why did you send a secret guard to carry out a certain mission? Hearing this, Mr. Han finally spoke. Tan Han said that there was a conspiracy in a large sect called Changyan, so the kingdom sent someone to look for information there, and the best candidate so far is Yevon, because since searching around they have never found anyone as great as Yevon, and yesterday's competition also seemed to aim to get the best taken by the authorities. In the city, Di Changyan, it is also reported that there is a dark demonic energy that is very thick and also very scary. So far, the Changyan sect has always had the ambition to oppose the Wayang kingdom, so it could be said that there is no good relationship with the Changyan sect. Knowing this, Yevon was going to do something there. He also said to Mr. Han, Han, I will try to find out about all this and I will go there to solve everything, so don't worry about this. And not long after, suddenly just while they were talking, the ruler of the city of Lichengge said, Yevon, there is important news for you. Right now Yi's family is in danger because Bing brought someone with him to take revenge. Knowing this news made Yevon very upset. He too rushing to return to his residence. Not only that, Mr. Han and also the city lord rushed there to try to help Yevon. Then we were shown the situation at the Wei family's place. There Bing told his brother, Suan Yuan Chen, my brother, this is the place where I was defeated by Yevon. I ask you to seize the secret treasures of the Wei family which may be kept here, because it is impossible for Yevon to become strong in a short time. Hearing this, Suan Yuan then ordered his troops, everyone listen to my words, leave and look for treasures in the Wei kingdom. Currently the troops from the Wei family clearly don't want to accept that. They are trying to oppose. There the sect master said, how dare you cause chaos here, we don't have the treasures you mean. Despite getting that's what Bing said, it's impossible, you've hidden all the treasures you have. Where is Yevon at the moment? Hearing this, the younger brother spoke out. You're a stupid woman, you dare to come back even though my brother has defeated me. When Yeling spoke, Suan Yuan immediately attacked with one lightning attack. Such a deadly attack would immediately hit Yeling's body, but unexpectedly a figure from Yukang immediately helped save Yeling and sacrificed himself, and he was hit by the attack. A loud explosion effect occurred at that place and Yukang now suffering from very serious injuries. Wei's family members are now starting to wonder about Yukang's condition, and unexpectedly Yukang is now feeling more and more pain in his heart. He also feels very serious injuries there. He said to Yeling, Yeling, this is all a form of penance for the sins that I have done to you, so please forgive me for the rest of my life. Yeling also forgave him and didn't want him to die just like that, but fate has said otherwise and now he dies in his father's arms. His father is now very upset about his death. His son, in this condition, Yezhou began to release his strength. There Yezhou said, how dare you have built him. I will immediately take revenge against my son. Yezhou started to launch a lightning attack right at Suan Yuan Chen. But Suan Yuan Chen said that you are not worthy of taking revenge against me because your strength is still too weak compared to for me. You are only at the 3rd level of offensive source, and I am already at the 6th level of open source, so our strengths are very far apart. Sure enough, not long after, Yezhou was hit by a very painful blow, and immediately caused his body to be thrown backwards. In this condition, Yezhou can only apologize to his son because he failed to carry out his mission as a father. He is really a very, very weak father, and soon Yechen's figure also begins to reveal his strength. He will try to conquer that Suan Yuan Chen. Yechen begins to form Athos ancestral formation was then supported by other people who were there. All members of the Wei family were now united together in one rhythm to achieve a perfect technique. the fireball that was formed was now getting bigger. They would direct the attack at Suan Yuan Chen, but unfortunately Suan Yuan Chen immediately cancelled it by using a perfect sword intent technique. Shan Yuan Chen now rushed to destroy the fireball and caused a high level of destruction, where a very intense lightning explosion was now starting to be felt. By the Wei family members, Yechen also realized that this boy's strength was extraordinary. Yes, the figure of Suan Yuan Chen was a rare figure who was rarely seen in 1,000 years. Suan Yuan Chen was now attacking again and again towards the Wei family troops, who were now causing a chaotic effect. Great. All the members of the Wei family now have wounds all over their bodies. They have really been defeated, but even so Yelling and the others still don't just submit. So this further fuels Suan Yuan Chen's enthusiasm to continue appearing. Suan Yuan Chen is backstruck lightning on a much stronger scale than before, which immediately blew up the people there. Due to the effects of the explosion, many of Wei's families were now simply killed. And even the chiefs also felt this way. Suan Yuan Chen then said, "All of you are weak ants, and why do you dare to offend my little brother?" After that problem, the younger brother, namely Bing, asked Suan Yuan Chen, "What are you going to do with this member of the Wei family?" Shan Yuan Chen then said that he would kill everyone, but when this had happened, that Bing prevented Suan Yuan Chen from killing Yevin's younger sister first, because he would do something more cruel to Yelling. There Bing immediately approached Yelling and started talking. He said, "Yelling, little boy, you will soon receive something, which is more cruel because of something your sister did to me. Right now Yelling is really being oppressed, and this is an act of cruelty that cannot be forgiven." Yelling can now only cry, lamenting her situation. She really hopes that her brother will come soon, and in a moment she will immediately destroyed. Unexpectedly, Yefan came there with an extraordinary aura of anger. Yefan emphasized, "Bing, you have gone too far. You have destroyed my Wei family at this time." Wei's family really hopes that the actions taken by Yevon will also take revenge. Yikang's death revenge. Yevon was now really angry. He said to Bing, "Bing, you have gone too far. I let you live yesterday and you are acting up even more. Even though I have given you a sense of sincerity, you are still trying to destroy my family." Bing, still emotional, he said, "I don't know about that sincerity. You have destroyed my cultivation and the path of my realm, so I will take all the revenge. Now is the time for you to be the one I will destroy together with my brother." Then Yefan rushed to carry out a crushing attack on Bing's direction, and unexpectedly Suan Yuan Chen immediately blocked. Then Suan Yuan Chen emphasized, "Yefan, you dare to oppose me even though your cultivation realm is only at the 9th level of the tempering realm while I am at the wood realm, aka 6th level of open source. You are already very far away. Rather than me." Hearing this, Yevon then said, "You kid, you don't know anything about this world. This world is vast and you are only at the lowest level." Hearing this, Suan Yuan Chen became more emotional. He said, "I will show you to you who is toughest among us, and today I assure you is the day you die." What will happen next? The 8th part ends here, continuing from the previous part, where at this time Yevon will soon fight against Suan Yuan Chen. There the fight will also be witnessed by Lekangge. When that happens, Le Changge tries to reconcile the situation, but they were blocked by troops from Suan Yuan Chen. They said, "You city lords don't dare to come here because you are no longer the predator." Not long after, Elder Mo, a teacher from Suan Yuan Chen, came there. Li Chang he also now falls silent suddenly, because this figure is much stronger than himself. Inevitably the two of them will now witness a life and death battle between Yevon and Suan Yuan Chen. We are then shown the condition of the arena there. A struggle of strength begins to occur between the two people. Suan Yuan Chen has now launched a very large attack. This attack is enough to cause an extraordinary falling effect. Such a crushing and powerful attack makes Yevon realize that this child is quite extraordinary. Suan Yuan Chen is now continuing to attack, and now he can't help it or not. Yevon has to anticipate the attack. Here the Wei family also really hopes that Yefan will survive and defeat Suan Yuan Chen. The fight is getting more and more tense. Suan Yuan Chen is now continuing to try to control the battle. A battle of strength after another is now taking place there. And with this situation, Yefan deliberately made a breakthrough so that he is now in the wood world, aka the open sour world. With this incident, Suan Yuan Chen praised Yevon's talent, but despite this, Suan Yuan Chen said, "Yevon, today you deserve to die." With this thunder of murderous intent, then Suan Yuan Chen released a heaven-killing thunder technique, which was directly aimed at Yevon. Yevon now tried to anticipate this with his speed so that he managed to injure Suan Yuan Chen's body. And with wounds like this, Suan Yuan Chen is now even more annoyed. He says, Yevon, you have succeeded in making me emotional and you can be this strong. There must be a reason. Yevon also confirmed this. He did all this because there were many people he had to protect. Yevon is now starting serious in fighting. Likewise with Suan Yuan Chen. Suan Yuan Chen now releases an amazing thunder plot technique, which is called the Heaven Exterminator. There, Shan also releases a golden technique which is the Limitless Domain. There, and with everything that happened, explosion after explosion now occurred. Both of them were now thrown into each other, and in this condition, Suan Yuan Chen was still able to stand strong. But now Yevon sat down with the attack. No long time later all Overee's family is now starting to unite and emphasize to Suan Yuan Chen. Suan Yuan Chen, today your opponent is not only Yevon but all of us too. Lightning attacks are starting to be issued by Yezhou as revenge for the death of his son, with attacks like that going straight through the wound. Suan Yuan Chen's chest, so that in this condition Suan Yan Chen was injured very badly, and Yezhou said, my son, today I have avenged your death. Suan Yuan Chen now falls instantly with wounds all over his body, and that will make him die. The whole family Suan Yuan Chen is now gathered there and Bing is now very, very sad because his brother is almost perishing. Not long after that, his teacher realizes his destruction. His teacher is now starting to get angry and says, you all have dared to interfere and dared to kill my beloved student. I am going to kill all of you. With this condition Lichange tried to calm the situation, but unfortunately Simo was too annoyed. Then he immediately launched a very, very perfect attack. There it was quite difficult for Yevon to know what would happen next. And not long after that, Simo showed great strength again. Simo now started to release something, perhaps a giant hand that was directed directly at the city of Wulian. He would soon destroy the city of Wulian completely. With an attack like that unexpectedly it was immediately anticipated by someone and was immediately destroyed. The person who did all this was Yevon's subordinate, who was none other than Chairman Han. Han said, I'm sorry, Mr. Yevon, I'm a little late. Han really knelt in front of him. Yevon, so this made Li Changge realize that there was something strange. Yes, now with his own eyes he saw that the Han leader had now knelt down and begged in front of Yevon. He was now trying to accept Yevon's existence, whereas at this time Yevon too promised his younger brother, namely yelling, all this will end soon so you have to be patient and wait. Not long after that Yevon told Han to immediately clean up everything until there was nothing left, and with the presence of Han who came from the realm of gods. Transformation, he made everyone now look scared including your elder figure. At this moment Han is not half-hearted and doesn't let anyone get away. He immediately destroys the entire Suan Yuan family until there is nothing left. A lightning attack like that makes Yevon proud of his men. No half-hearted Han now carried out a violent attack on Bing and Chairman Mo so that they both suffered very serious injuries. In this condition, Han said to Yevon, my lord, I have finished everything. In this condition, Yevon said, okay, that's your job. Now it's finished. There we are also shown with Mo who has now perished. In that place also before his death Bing tries to say to Yevon, Yevon, forgive all my mistakes, I really don't know about your real identity. Yevon then says, I'm the one who has always been known as the strongest person 10,000 years ago. I have given you a chance but again you destroyed it. Now Yevon is really standing tall in front of Bing. And Bing finally realizes that Yevon is Emperor Suan, who is known as a legend unmatched. With what happened Bing can only say, Yevon, please forgive everything my mistakes, I really don't know about who I'm fighting. If only I didn't cancel our marriage and do bad things to you. Maybe I would be loved by you like you loved your sister's eyes. Not long after that Bing perished. Suddenly everything managed to calm down and not long after that a bright light began to come there as proof that all the destruction had ended. Here even though all the buildings had been damaged people can still survive. Yevon is now telling everyone listen to me. Even though our land is starting to be damaged, with our presence here we will build this much more perfectly than before. Everyone really understands that, and they very much so proud of Yevon who had done everything. Not long after unexpectedly, the figure of Suan Yuan Tai and a few of his followers managed to escape from that place. Their Suan Yuan Tai also said, I will never be able to live in peace until you are killed by Yevon. When this it happened that Yevon's men, namely Han, tried to chase them all, but Yevon said that if it was too difficult to do, they would wait for the right time to face it all again. There Yevon immediately asked his younger brother to rest. After doing a lot battle, with all that happened, a little celebration began to be held. At the Y family palace, there when everyone was having unexpected fun, Yezhou was a little sad because of the death of his son. There Yezhou said, "My son, forgive me because I didn't able to look after you." When Yezhou was sad like that, Yevon tried to calm him. Yevon said, "Yezhou, you don't need to worry anymore. If I get my full strength back, I will bring your child back to life." Yezhou was very happy to hear the good news from Yevon. When now it's getting past and we are shown Yevon who is currently talking to Han there. Han was assigned a mission by Yevon. Han said, "Sorry in advance, my lord. I'm currently still part of the kingdom. I can't afford to leave at this time, but even so, I promise I will carry out the various tasks you give me." Hearing this, Yevon said, "You don't need to worry about that because the task I gave you is quite easy. You just need to protect my family from disaster. You don't have to give up your royal status because this time this status is very useful. You can disguise yourself as someone for me and you must keep my identity as Emperor Suan a secret." It could be said that at this time Han will be Yevon's special personal bodyguard. Yevon also emphasized to Han that you must always remember to protect my Y family. Because I will try to adventure and do self-training so that my full strength returns to my body, because my true enemy is not the small Suan Yuan family but the Dark Emperors in the 4 heavenly realms. I will continue trying to practice to be able to recover my perfect strength. Han also understood all the words of Emperor Suan. There Han was also given a ring by Shan which Han could use to make his breakthrough. Han also took it well and he promised will always protect Y's family. A few moments later Yevon met his father there. His father gave Yevon a little one. It was an ancient black heirloom which was believed to have lost its power since the last emperor came down to earth. With the existence of something like that by his father to always take care of this as best as possible, because he is aware that Yevon can recover the lost fragments so that later Yevon can perfect them. Yevon is now aware of this gift. He is also aware that this is a very great heirloom that he must find. Perfection. He promised his father that if he would do the best for the sake of the Y family, he would now immediately leave the Y family to go on an adventure. He also draped the gift around his body, and in this condition Yevon suddenly met Yelling. In there Yelling a little sad because his brother will soon be leaving but Yelling tries to calm the atmosphere. Yevon tries to tell his little brother he's not going, but the little brother now looks annoyed with his brother, and after that Yevon immediately gives his little brother a ball. Life which is believed to enable Yelling to see her brother whenever Yelling wants, and by receiving this gift Yelling is now very happy and she realizes that this was done by her brother for the good of Y's family. From now on she promises Yevon that if he doesn't act like he a small child again. At times like this Li Changge also begins to realize Yevon's strength, so he now says I will try to be good to Yevon so that I get the best position as Yevon's subordinate. Everyone now really respects him. Yevon is now looking at the sky together with his sister. Yevon realizes that he still has a long way to go. Okay, let's close here because the chapter is still stuck. See you again in the next video.